Hello and welcome to this lesson called the Consultant's Toolbox. After completing this lesson, you should be able to describe the tools used by an expert consultant to configure and extend the Oracle Fusion Cloud SaaS applications. As an expert cloud consultant, you will need to exploit the Oracle Cloud Toolbox to configure and extend the applications. Remember that best practice for a rapid and successful implementation in the cloud is to configure with standard tools by using standard business processes. Here, the core configuration is achieved using Functional Setup Manager, or FSM for short, as well as the standard setup of security via the single security console. Extensions and customizations should be in general avoided where possible and only added to meet a specific business objective. These extensions should consider ongoing upgrades, maintenance, and be made upgrade safe. In this lesson, we will focus just on the tools required for being creative in Oracle Fusion Cloud, and for which we will provide training guidance in a later lesson. The configuration and implementation of Oracle Fusion Cloud applications has been made easy with an application called Functional Setup Manager. It provides an integrated end-to-end process for functional administrators to manage the implementation and maintenance of Oracle Fusion Cloud applications. As a cloud consultant, you will be expected to optimize the configuration of core objects and workflow rules. Listed here are some of the core objects you will regularly encounter in your implementation. We will highlight flex fields next. With approval management in BPM work lists, you configure workflow tasks that users act on for approvals, including the notifications involved. For example, specify levels of approval needed, control approval routing, and configure email notifications. Key to the initial configuration is how and where to define and manage flex fields. Some products use flex fields to extend business objects without the need for coding or extensions. A flex field is a set of placeholder fields associated with business objects and placed on the application pages to contain additional data. There are three types, and please note not all of the three types of flex fields are used in every product. Key flex fields consist of one or more segments where each segment can have a meaning. You can use key flex fields to enter multi-part values such as a part number, a job code, or an account code. Users see the flex fields as fields or attributes on the UI pages. Both descriptive flex fields and extensive flex fields provide an expansion space you can use to configure additional attributes without additional programming. Descriptive flex fields are stored in additional columns on the same table as that of the object, whereas extensible flex fields are stored in a separate extension table. You can use flex fields to modify business objects and meet enterprise data management requirements without changing the data model or performing any database programming. Using flex fields, you can capture different data on the same database table and modify application features. For example, airline manufacturers may require specific attributes for orders that aren't predefined. Using a flex field for the order business object, then can create and configure the required attribute. When you first define your flex fields, you choose how many segments you want to use and what order you want them in to appear in. You can also choose how you want to validate each of your segments. The decisions you make affect how you define your value sets. When your user enters a value, your value sets validate the value. Let's look at the life cycle driven by Functional Setup Manager. Functional Setup Manager empowers enterprises to decentralize the change management process and enables business users to change Oracle Fusion Cloud applications to fit their evolving business needs. A predefined, guided list of tasks gives full end-to-end visibility to all setup requirements and enables business users with self-service to quickly implement what they need when they need it. The guided process enables easy navigation through planning, configure and implementation, deployment, and ongoing maintenance. The export and import capability enables companies to set up in one instance and reuse in many more. A set of comprehensive reports gives full visibility to set up at any time. Plan is the process of gathering business requirements and comparing them to the offerings available to determine what to implement. Configuration and implementation is the process of selecting the offerings, options, and features to implement. The selections made during the configuration process dynamically determine the task lists for implementation. It can include both the management and functional user aspects of assigning tasks, as well as due dates, completing setup tasks, and the reporting status. Deploy or export enables you to export the configuration setup data from one environment in order to import the configuration into another environment in the same or on a higher release. Maintenance is the process that enables you to search for tasks or task lists to perform maintenance of setup tasks from a single user interface. Another key configuration in a cloud project will be the setup and maintenance of application security. Simply put, who can do what on which set of data. Application security in Oracle Cloud is controlled from a single security console. If a user has the predefined job role of IT security, then they have full access to the functions within this single console. You can create new user-defined roles with new data access controls. You can create or manage user accounts, as well as complete security administration tasks, for example, storing security certificates. You can configure and extend the application using browser-based composers and other tools. Some configuration tools, such as Application Composer and Visual Builder Studio, are available only for certain specific product families. Let's look at some of the key things you can do with these tools. And notice in the slides it will show you the tasks you can do, and then underneath it describes the tools that can complete those tasks. For example, the first one, modify the UI, that can be achieved by using Page Composer, Application Composer, or Visual Builder Studio. You can also update the branding using the Functional Setup Manager and the Appearance Task page. You can configure the home page. You can add attributes to business objects, either using Application Composer or others already described using flex fields, a combination of key, descriptive or extensive flex fields. You can use various tools to write reports and analytics. You can add to the seeded help, and you can use Oracle University Guided Learning to create interactive guides for the user. As an expert consultant, you will be required to discuss, build, and document any of these configuration or extensions. Often you will design and test these challenges in a sandbox before publishing results to the cloud environment. Let's discuss some of its tools in more detail, starting with Page Composer. For certain applications, use Page Composer to configure application page components such as page content and layout for all or one user. Here are the changes you can make using this tool. You can add, move, delete, show and hide fields. You can add an language expression to a field. You can rearrange fields. You can change a page layout. You can modify and manage save searches. You can modify attributes for a flex field on a page. Now let us review Application Composer. Application Composer is a browser-based configuration tool that enables business analysts and administrators, and not just application developers, to extend their applications. Make the type of data model changes that in the past could only be made by application developers. For example, easily create a new object and related fields, and then create new interface pages where that object and its fields are exposed to users. Use Application Composer in certain products to create fields, objects and relationships. Then modify user interface pages for all users or only some. So you can modify objects by adding new fields, create new objects, create foreign key-based relationships between two objects, modify user interface pages by exposing your newly created fields for an object, or create an entirely new work area for your custom objects, expose object relationships in the form of subtabs on pages, write application logic such as triggers, validation rules and workflows for an object or for use across multiple objects, implement functional and data level security for custom objects, enable objects for custom reporting. Please note that you can use Application Composer to configure Oracle sales and B2B service, supply chain management and project management application. Moving on, let's take a look at Oracle Visual Builder Studio. Oracle Visual Builder Studio, or VB Studio for short, gives you the power to extend and configure Oracle Cloud applications to suit your company's specific business needs. In fact, you have the exact same tools at your disposal: Visual Builder Studio and Oracle JavaScript extensions, or JET for short, that internal Oracle developers use to create Oracle Cloud applications in the first place, giving you an unprecedented level of power and control over your Oracle Cloud application ecosystem. For certain applications, use Visual Builder Studio to make changes to various page components. Changes made using Visual Builder Studio are called applications configurations. If you see edit pages in Visual Builder while viewing a page in Oracle Cloud application, that's your signal that you need to use VB Studio to make your changes in the app's user interface rather than other native tool in the Oracle Cloud. Here are the changes you can make using this tool. You can display fields from your data source to the UI, add business logic to display certain layouts, edit variables, constants and events as needed, change the default content, rearrange fields, hide fields. You can also customize applications by creating your own app's UI and deploying from alongside other applications in your Oracle Fusion Cloud application instance. In other words, you can now build robust applications that are managed as part of the same Fusion application ecosystem as the application UI produced by Oracle. For example, in the digital sales application, you want the employee's view of a given page to be exactly as it came from Oracle, but you want managers to see a field that doesn't even exist in Oracle's original app, one that computes the sales rep's commission based on the sales amount for each completed deal. You simply create a layout that includes a custom field to calculate the commission amount for the manager's view, and then create a rule that displays that layout only when the user is a manager. If you focus on report writing for the customer, then it's best to select the appropriate reporting tool to efficiently produce the customer's new reports. Remember, it's best practice to review the standard reports provided by Oracle per product to see if these meet the reporting requirements before creating a bespoke report. If there is a need to create an ad hoc or regular schedule reports, then you can consider the following options. There is a report wizard called Fusion BI Composer, designed for end users, that guides the new report writer step by step through the process. Experienced or expert report writers are likely to use the power of business intelligence, either through Oracle Transaction Business Intelligence or BI Publisher, to produce new reports. BI data extracts can be scheduled to run and extract data in batches to export to other cloud services. In financials, you can add Financial Web Reporting Studio or the power of Excel through the SmartView add-on, amongst other tools to extract pre-aggregated account balance codes from all dimensions created within Essbase cubes. You can use Oracle Cloud EPM native reporting to help provide content to the numbers by combining financial statements and data with contextual narrative in a single report. Finally, you may be employed to define new dashboards, KPIs, and analytics within Oracle Cloud ERP Analytics, which can be used across products. Let's briefly review the deployment step in more detail. As a system integrator consultant, you'll be actively involved in the migration of configuration, data objects, and historical transactions from a test to a production instance. Cloud tools could be used to ensure the successful migration of the product configuration from the test or staging to the production instance. Certain products need a third instance, often referred to as gold, or you can purchase extra instances as required, which will give you more opportunities to migrate data between environments based on business requirements, for example from production to gold. The export and import of the configuration files within functional setup managers will be the common tool used to move setup objects between the two environments. Other aspects, such as a complete environment refresh raised by a service request, could move the whole data between test to prod or prod to test. To understand integration, let us take a minute to remind ourselves of Oracle Application Strategy, Complete Solutions, Complete Choice. Oracle supplies a complete application platform engineered system using standard-based, commercially available Fusion middleware, including all software and hardware within the technical tier. By leveraging this Generation 2 technology infrastructure, Oracle can integrate its business applications at different levels, including the user experience, business intelligence, business processes, and security and control. Remember, it's the customer that has complete choice of the composites product implemented in the stack, from one to all the products. This illustration summarizes the integration levels across Oracle Cloud ERP. Native integration flows are possible across Fusion products because of the single data model, for example, one definition of the employee. Pre-built and pre-packaged integration allows a seamless flow between other Oracle products, while Oracle Integration Cloud Service can be used to automate connections and data flows between both Oracle and non-Oracle systems. To further interact and partner with Oracle, you consider the following three areas. Firstly, Oracle Cloud Customer Connect. Become an active member of the Cloud Customer Connect community, post or vote on new product ideas, and review feedback directly from product development. Attend live sessions on best practices or product new features, and ask any questions during live office hours. Post your implementation questions and get them answered from community members. Review the product roadmaps outlining further planned product features. My Oracle support. interact with Oracle support using My Oracle Support, review the knowledge base, including hints and tips, as well as best practice white papers, create service requests to quickly resolve current implementation challenges or technical issues. And finally, use Oracle University. Use the 24/7 digital learning provided by Oracle University to accelerate your Oracle Cloud skills. Whether as a new starter or an experienced consultant, switch into your current role. Stay current by reviewing the quarterly new features content and play an active role in the OU training community. To summarize in this lesson, we have reviewed the consultant toolbox. Many thanks for watching.